Humanity has been infiltrated for generations by the need to feel accepted and wanted. The only way to fulfill this constant gnawing want is to join clubs. Lots of clubs. Chess clubs, knitting clubs, movie clubs, glove clubs, club gloves, driving clubs. Amid these tenuous bonds, no club was as tightly knit than the club, which united humanity by destroying it. If the irony is invisible to you, then the knitting, chess, and glove clubs have already mailed your rejection letters. Wait 3 to 6 business days and 1 handling day before calling your local doctor. Side effects may include imperfection, a need to join clubs, guns, a need to shoot people, a need to shoot road signs with skulls painted on them, and a need to run to your next target and eliminate them before your combo bleeds away. By the way, this is the actual vocabulary used to describe your combo. Bleeding away. Isn't that weird? Yeah, it's weird.
This is water.
Hi, I'm James.
And I'm with Child.
We were originally going to do a joke about the club as in, the melee weapon, but then we played the game and realized there's no melee weapons in the game. Like this. How do you feel?
I feel more powerful.
Okay. See, that joke kind of fell a little flat.
Mind the club? No. Oh.
How do you feel now?
Ooh. Like America's confused as to whether or not I should have this.
So am I. You see, this whole joke it shows the lack of forethought that went into the design and the game itself.
I feel like we should back up a little bit and give this game a few points, because this isn't from a major company. It's more indie supported by a big company than it is a big company's title.
Andy, move your thumb and read the company involved in making this project.
Do you need me? It says Sega. I'm gonna lie to James about the lift.
Welcome back. How far did you get?
Had to take a lift.
How's that spelled?
With a Y. It's not like a British elevator, man. Come on.
Okay, I'm sorry. The book says your goal is to survive 49 missions, and the back of the box says 48. I don't think these two people were on the same page.
Page.
It's a book.
Page, I get it.
Okay, ready to keep going?
Yeah, sure.
Okay.
Sure.
On the count of 3. 1, 2, 3.
This is a somewhat indie game developed by somewhat creative people and then published and backed by Sega.
I'm okay.
Sega, and released on PS3. Not easily visible from the front cover, but prominently displayed on the back is the fact this game is a shooter, because shooters are so rare in the gaming industry these days. No company poops out one every year, and companies definitely haven't started canceling work on release days so workers can play video games instead. Nope! Haven't reached that part of society yet.
This game plays like it has some sort of preemptive story that the player is supposed to be aware of, perhaps a movie or TV show that the game was based off of. But due to the fact we spend 23 hours of our day watching TV, watching movies, and playing video games, this fact falls flat. We have yet to find something which this game could be based off of. The opening introduces the characters in a really long opening scene, showing each of them in inescapable situations in which they turn the circumstances around by doing random stuff. The first guy even just turns toward a helicopter that has been shooting at him. What the f*** is he gonna do against a helicopter?
None of the characters seem very different. I mean, yeah, you have different ethnicities and nationalities, but they're all just shooting each other. Model a guy, model a gun, put him in any of these settings. There you go! You have any of these characters. Of course, they all have different stats. Some of them can run faster, some can reload faster, but it's just faster animations. It's like the designers got one skeleton rigged and decided that was good for every character, even the enemies.
Every character has 5 motions: movement, shooting, reloading, ducking slightly, and rolling. Then there's some secret movements you can press random buttons to find out about, like the melee attack. The melee attack is slow, ineffective, and only works when the enemies use it. That wasn't even an exaggeration. That's how long it takes. And by then, your combo is gone and half your health is taken away by shotgun shots on that one guy on the roof who's supposed to be using a damn sniper rifle.
Hold on. You mean that short-range gun in any game that has the ability to splatter a liver at close range, or maybe penetrate a shoe at the range of a football field? Those kind of shotguns?
Yep. The enemies in this game have perfect aim with any gun. It's a rare event when they miss, even with a shotgun.
That's ridiculous. This is the first time I've seen a gun being so cheap. What other game would have a weapon like that where it could be abused by enemies or even other players?
This game is just confused about what it wants to be, where it wants to go, and who it's aimed at.
I could fart a better game with a more coherent story and better mechanics than this, even if I had just had 4 quesaritos and drank a gallon of Baja Blast.
Hold on. Let's guide them to that conclusion. Let's start off with what this game is about.
Okay, that makes sense. The back of the game claims this is some sort of blood sport where you battle for survival through unique missions with guns and stuff.
The back of the box might as well be a cereal box from 1984, Andy. Irrelevant and uninformative. The real point of this game is to fill 2 or 3 things this game has you doing in the mission it assigns you. To start out, you pick a character from the 8 psychopaths you saw in the opening cinematic. Each character has different stats, and oh, did I mention, you can't pick 2 characters. The game wagged them in front of your face in the opening, but when it comes down to it, the psychopath and the scary psychopath aren't selectable.
Hold on, we gotta do this right. Your psychopaths of choice are... Shaven Duck Dynasty character, Basic 80s Cop, Dread Bane, Jet Li meets Mirror's Edge, Rambo, Scarface, Drake of the 99 Dragons, Special Finn.
Each character could have been fit with a special ability, like extra magazines, or the ability to dual wield, or anything to shake up the gameplay.
What are these single-player missions the game mentions on the back of the box?
Okay, here's how the game works. You pick a character from the 6 you can pick from at the beginning of the game. I picked Captain Canada because he was the most balanced guy I could find. After this, the secretary then describes the level you're about to be stuck in for the 5 or 6 rounds of the survival games. There are 8 areas, each one with 1 track of music that you listen to over and over while you complete the objectives. There are 2 types of objectives they try to break into 5 types: survival and run like hell while shooting things. They split this into sprint, the gauntlet, time attack, survive, and siege. Sprint, gauntlet, and time attack are the run like hell modes, and obviously siege and survival are the survival modes.
Earlier, you said something about combos and them bleeding. What is going on with this unique combo score kill system?
Every kill increases points you get for killing someone or shooting a skull shot.
Whoa! Pump the brakes a second. You're on thin ice, mister. Skull shot? You mean no one could have just called it skull sign or target? They instead decided to put 2 words together to make it sound stupid and ridiculous?
Yep, skull shots are road signs with skulls painted on them that will refill your combo gauge and increase it by 1. Each increase diminishes the amount of time you can hold that combo. At 1 times combo, it'll last a while, but at 10 times combo, it'll last a second or 2. This is why the game emphasizes finding the skull shots and rushing to your next target.
If the directions are this simple, are there arrows to guide you to your next targets?
In time attack, there are arrows to guide you to the end. Survival and siege bind you to a small area, but sprint and gauntlet have arrows sometimes. Other times you're stuck in a dead end, shambling backward while your combo bleeds away, trying to run in the direction you're supposed to go.
I'm sick of asking stupid questions. Is bleeding away really the way they say your combo is fading away after time?
Trust me, that's not the worst part of the game. Siege and survival, being the same mode really, stick the player in an area. If you leave the chalk lines drawn on the floor, you have 5 seconds to re-enter the starting area. The secretary states that this is because you have been injected with explosives that will go off if the 5 seconds elapse.
This is ridiculous. What is this game trying to be? A prequel or a movie?
Each mission is based only on shooting the most guys with the least amount of bullets in the shortest amount of time and making it to the end of the area. It's all repetitive, boring, and every gun works better for enemies than it does for you. They'd win a trophy for putting every bullet of a magazine in their enemy because they never fucking miss!
It's a good thing you have a lot of health, and health pickups are abundant and spawn in one marked specific area over time.
Probably because I picked reckless mode.
I don't understand. Don't difficulties in shooters go easy, medium, hard, stupid, through a minefield on a unicycle, then reckless? Does this game do anything traditional shooters do?
No, and the difficulties for casual are for new players for some reason, reckless for players who are used to shooters, insane for those who like it rough, and real for people who like being shot for real, I guess.
What happens when you pick real? I was spared from a fate worse than death by avoiding playing this game. But just by pure observation, my morning gas has more substance to it than this game. It tries to be this shooter that shakes up the formula for shooters by changing buttons, removing things that shooters have, and being an overall unfun experience for players, viewers, developers, publishers, or anyone involved at all.
The schlub are you guys?
We're the developers of the club. We were using the listening devices we injected into our game to listen to your well-constructed but poorly researched and harsh claims against our game, which are totally false.
You can't say who did not have fun while making a game. We here at Sega had loads of fun making our game. It wasn't Sonic. We craved something other than Sonic. So we made this. But Sega didn't develop this game. They only published it. Oh, okay.
Bunk that guy. Listen, you two. Clearly you can't appreciate the fun and imagination that we tried to inject into the oversaturated shooter genre, so I'm going to take you out the only way I know how. As a member of the club, I'm allowed to play real mode. And you two are my next targets.
Oh, you son of a...
That means I'm safe.